Should you trade correlated Forex pairs? Let's talk about that and more right now. Hey traders, Andrew Mitchem here at the Forex Trading Coach with video and podcast number 371. And I want to talk all about Forex pairs and trading correlated pairs. And also I want to give you an update on the Autopilot feature for the trade results this week for our fantastic software called Pattern Trader. So let's start with the question about Forex pairs and correlation. It came from a trader called Joseph and said to me, hey Andrew, I've got a question for you. I'm getting confused with knowing which pairs to trade and which are correlated. Can you help me out on a future video and podcast? So exactly what we're doing. So you would notice that a lot of currency pairs are quite highly correlated. So for example, the euro and the Swiss franc are highly correlated. And what the euro against the US dollar does, the US Swiss franc generally does the opposite, because they're both US dollar related and the euro and the franc are related. So if the euro US dollar goes up on your charts, generally you will see the US Swiss franc drop. You get other correlations out there like the euro and the pound, both very similar markets, same time zone, etc. They tend to move quite similar, You get other correlations such as the commodity currencies. So in other words, the New Zealand dollar, the Australian dollar, and the Canadian dollar. They all tend to move in correlation most of the time. Now, of course, you get exceptions to that, and sometimes you'll get the Aussie dollar move up as the Kiwi dollar moves down. That's generally something's happened, whether it be a news event or something, to split that correlation. But overall, you will find similarities there. And so an example of this would be, let's say you were trading the Euro Australian dollar. Now, what the Euro Australian dollar does, let's say it moves up, you will find that the Australian dollar Swiss franc will likely go the other way. And so you have correlation there because you've got the Australian dollar featuring in both of those, and you've got the euro and the franc, which are correlated. So that becomes the issue that some traders have. And with Joseph, who said he's confused with these, you can see why. And therefore, you just need to be careful. Let's say you were trading the Australian dollar against the US dollar, and that was a buy trade. You probably wouldn't want to be trading a sell trade at the same time on, let's say, the New Zealand US dollar, because you're unlikely to find the two would work out. Now, of course, there are exceptions again. You have to trade what you see, and you have to have a trade plan in place. So if your plan is to take those two trades regardless, then you do so. But if they're on the same time frame chart and they show at the same time of the day, then there's quite likely there that one's going to work and one maybe not. So what you need to do as a trader is you need to do one of a few things. You have to look at this and go, do you know what? I'm going to take them both, but I'm going to reduce my risk on each trade. That is one option. Or you can look at them and go, I need to take the strongest of these. So if the Australian US dollar, let's say it's showing a bullish signal, and the New Zealand US is showing a bearish signal, what I would then do is go and have a look at the Aussie Kiwi pair. And on that, you're likely to see that the Aussie Kiwi is moving up as well. So that gives you a little bit more bias that you're getting this right with strength in the Aussie US dollar. But also you then need to look at your strategy and how these are likely to play out. Where are you going to put your stop losses? Where are your profit targets? Where are they bouncing? What part of the chart are they in? All those type of things. And you might then do your analysis and go, do you know what? I'm just going to take one of these because it looks so much better than the other. I'll give you an example. Last week, I had 3 euro-related trades at the same time on the daily charts. I had the euro New Zealand, the euro yen, and I think it was the euro franc as an example. And so what I did with those is I said to my clients, I said, look, all 3 of these are looking really, really good. They're on the same time zone. They're all showing good trades on the daily charts. So what do? We could go and fine tune those and go, I'm going to take just the best one. But at the time, all 3 were showing very, very high quality A-grade setups. So I'm happy to take them. It's just that I know that I'm putting a lot of faith in the euro moving in my anticipated direction for all three of those trades to work out, which by the way they did. But what I ended up doing is reducing my risk slightly, because I knew that all three were highly dependent on the euro. So that's how you can manage that as well. I think the issue that some people have is they see the euro US dollar moving up on, let's say, a daily time frame, and then they see the euro yen moving down on a 1 hour time frame, and that's where some of the confusion comes. But you've got to make sure that you have your plan in place of when this happens, you know exactly what you are going to do in those scenarios. And so that's important for you to figure out what works best for you. Now, part two of the video, onto our amazing software called TFTC Pattern Trader. This week, right now, as I'm recording this, we're in Friday morning here in New Zealand, still with most of one day still to go. On 100% autopilot, my account is up another plus 3.6% right now as I'm talking to you. So Pattern Trader right now has been only made available to my coaching clients, plus last week's video and podcast, I announced how you can get to access it yourself, even if you're a non-client of ours. So in a few weeks' time, we are going to be increasing the price for non-clients. We obviously need to look after our coaching clients, and keeping the price to a minimum for those people who are already on board with us as coaching clients is going to be paramount for us. But if you are interested in the software and you want to keep to the low price that we're on right now, is like the introductory price, make sure you have a look at tftcpatterntrader.com. I will put a link to that site on this video and podcast page. Make sure you have a look at that. You can start it for free. There's a free trial there with the basic version. But if you're interested in going to the paid version where you can trade live onto one of your trading MT4 accounts, or have it completely automated like I trade the software myself, within a couple of weeks the price will be going up. So there's a difference between coaching clients and non-clients. So right now, take advantage of that lower price. The link will be on here, but like I mentioned, again, so far this week, plus 3.6%, completely 100% auto trade, autopilot. I've not touched a single trade. So amazing results there, especially when you consider what else is happening in the world of investments right now. So once again, this is Andrew Mitchem at the Forex Trading Coach. I'll see you this time next week. Bye for now.